What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Matt. I do laser engraving full-time out of my garage. Started in my basement in 2015. It has been a great time, great experience, highs and lows. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love it. Today, I'm going to walk you through and show you how to make your laser engraving business a little more efficient. What the things that help me, they maybe will help you. I hope. So let's take a look. First thing we're going to start with is this, the vacuum. You don't need a big one. This one is a little shop vac. It's not too big. It's perfect because I put bags in there, so there's no dust getting over everything, and I hook up my sander to it. Couple tips. You have, here, let's take this piece of wood. You cut out stuff out of the laser. Take the vacuum and you can get all your little cutouts, suck them right up so you don't have to pick them out one by one. I actually got advice from you guys a long time ago. Started doing it. It's amazing. I wish I've done it a long time ago. The other thing is, what I really like is once I'm done cutting, let's say this, leave it in the laser. So what I do is I take the vacuum, suck all the little pieces out, then I take the sander while it's still in there and I sand over the top. Because as you're sanding over the top, sitting down, the little pieces aren't going to break. So like if you're cutting out fonts, like letters and stuff, it's not going to move around and twist and break. And that's what you want. So then you don't have to worry about putting a sticker over the top. Or not a sticker. Masking tape. You don't have to put masking tape over the top because you just sand it right off. Now there is times where I use the masking, but it's not too often anymore because I literally use this all the time. Now, the other thing, what I've been doing is I've tried multiple ways now. I'll take sheets of wood and I'll paint them before I cut them out. I was spray painting them, and that was alright, but I found it's a lot easier just to take tape, or not tape, sorry, regular paint, and get the little roller and roll it on, or get a brush. When I'm at Home Depot, I get the sample paint and then I get a gallon. Now I always have a little jug and then I mark the top with the color. And then I use these foam brushes and I dip it in there and I go back and forth. Super fast, super quick, and if you have nothing working in the laser, turn on your exhaust fan and you can let it sit in there and it dries super quick because you're pulling air through it. So it's constantly moving air across it and dries out faster. That's what I like to do. One of the lasers aren't normally running for 5 minutes or so and I can throw it in there. It dries really fast. But I've been doing this too also now. I'm going to show you something else. So let's say you have a job. It's a one-off. You don't want to paint the whole thing. So what I do is I went in there and I scribed the lines where I'm going to cut, and then I went back and I painted where it needed to be painted. So you're not wasting a bunch of wood, you're not wasting your time, and it was so much more efficient. I've done this a couple of times now, and they were for one-offs, and then all of a sudden it turned into something else, and now some more people want it, and now it's turning into a listing, which I'll make another video for that, and I'll explain everything. So painting it before, I used to do is, and if you can't do it that way, what I used to do is you'd cut it out, and then I'd take this skeleton, go outside, and use spray paint and spray paint it. Well, all that spray paint, it's not good for your lungs and so forth. And I found that using the paintbrush and putting it on is a lot faster. And I'm using exterior paint, so when it goes to do the burn, it wipes right off. You'll have a part where in the corner where it starts, and you take a little dab of that off the cover on your finger and just touch it. That's all you have to do and it's gone. So the cleanup is so much easier by far. Now, let's talk about stock. Everyone asks me, how much stock do you got to have in hand? You don't have to have a lot. This time of year, we generally get a lot, but we're constantly ordering and we want to make sure we have enough. So let's say, because this is Christmas time right now when I'm making this video, let's say we're in the normal part of the year, it's after the 1st and just going out through the rest of the year. What we do, this is a perfect example, you have pints right here. 2 dozen are in one box. So what I generally like to do is keep always one on hand. After we go through half of it, I'll order another one. That's how we started. Now we keep a minimum of 3 because we get orders that are a lot higher. And this is what people don't understand. So all the people that are doing the niches and niche, however you want to say it, don't even put it in the comments. People say it every which way. I'm just being nice saying it both ways. I don't care. So whatever niche you do or niche, if you pick one thing and do it, you're missing out. I do multiple things. It's how I've done my business forever, and it's worked. So everyone that says to niche or niche or do one thing, go pound sand, buddy. It doesn't matter. I do all this stuff, and I do great. One person can order 24 of these. 24. Why sell one thing when you can do this and sell that one thing? Now, do we sell these all year round? Every single month? No. We sell at least, 1, 2 here and there. But all of a sudden you get an order and someone's like, hey, I want 12 wine glasses, stainless wine or stemless wine glasses. And then, hey, I might as well get some pints too for the guys or whatever. You don't have to have a lot of stock, and you don't have to niche down. You don't have to make one thing. Can you imagine if I was only selling these? Man, it'd be a boring life. I would not have the equipment in here because I wouldn't need it. But you could sell these still and sell those. Why go to one thing? Don't do it. It's stupid, in my opinion. But what do I know? The other thing would help you a ton. What helps us is efficiency. So when I say efficiency, we have multiple carts. So you can see this cart's on wheels. You can move it right out of the way. And so is this one. This one here is on carts. This one is generally stays here. We were using the top for a while, and then I filled it up with that. But we have 2 more of these carts, which are over on Sarah's side, and they are full of glasses, all of our orders. Glasses, all this, wood cutouts, the signs, we got everything. Knives, and I think there's some hive tools and bottle openers over there. And it's full, all 3 shelves. So if you can, what I like to do is all the lasers are right here on this wall. It's the easiest because you have a flow. I turn around, I have generally most of our stock here or on here. Now a lot of it, and we also have shelves on that side of the garage, but I try to keep the stuff we move the most, the certain times of the months, in this shelf. So I like to switch out this shelf a lot because it's a lot easier to grab it and go. Which, at the same point, I don't have to walk across the garage, so it's alright. But the flow really matters. So what I like to do is I come out in the morning and I'll type on the computer, put everything in, get it so I can turn up all the lasers, let them warm up, turn on the exhaust fan, and then I start running and I work right down the line and I get them running. I start with the one that's going to take the longest. So like if I'm going to put something in here, and let's say I'm going to run all the pints in here or wine glasses. Okay, so I'm going to set this up. I know it's going to be like a 2-minute run. So I'll set this one up first. I'll come over to the Thunder. I'll put the stuff in here that I need to cut. And I'll start running this. Then I go over to the Galvos and I start running the metals and glass in there, UV. That's another thing I'm going to talk to you about. Good idea. I start running all that, and every time I hear this one beep or so forth, I go back and forth. That's where starting up the shelves. You put the order right down. You start putting the product right on there, and it's done. Now Sarah has it all organized. She can take it. She proofreads it, puts it on her table over there, and packages it. And she can do it organized, all done, and it's an easy flow. Talking about the UV laser. I'm still figuring it out. I got some stuff to work on. But what I've been using it for, and I haven't done it in a long time, and we used to always do it, is I didn't do it on this glass, but on the bottom of the glasses. I have it set up. I put it in there, and it goes bloop, puts my label right on there, my logo. So now, every time someone goes to drink, hey, I know where they got this from. So that has been huge, and it takes it 4 seconds to throw it on there. So I am spreading my logo all over. All the glassware. I make sure I run it through there. I'm trying to get better at putting on other things, but it just works the easiest right now. The glassware, I've had enough stuff on my plate, but I'm going to eventually start doing it on everything. And the UV might just be my go-to for that alone because it's so fast and I can do basically every material with it. This is how I set up and how we have it organized. As you can see, we go through all of the orders. Sarah prints them all. She goes through, and what she does is she puts notes on there for me. So then I know, like this one, it's a local pickup. So I know we're all right. It needs to be done at a certain time to the date up there. And these here, she'll highlight the font we use and then the name. So as I'm going through, I can grab it and go. Basically, I take the font and I look at the name, type it into Etsy, and then I copy and paste if it's more than one glass because I don't want any mess ups. And I know the spelling's going to be right because there's always that time you hit the wrong key and it doesn't turn out right. So I like to copy and paste if it's more than one glass because then it's on the customer and not on us. If it's one glass, I figure one glass shipping is still cheap where it's my fault. It happens. Why does it always happen to the people you know too? That's like when we always mess up. All the time. Every time it's someone that we know. I hate that. Back to the stock thing. See? I don't keep those in stock. Not that many. That's one order for a customer. One order. All right, so now we talked about efficiency and the orders. One thing that's really, really helps, and it'll help you. Let's say you have 50 rock glasses and you have some orders that need to go tomorrow and some of them that don't need, or you just got even. When we go to print orders, Sarah normally does it in the morning. So whatever we got last night, I'll take all the orders at this time of year because they're so busy. I'll take all the rock glasses and I'll put them in and I'll put all their names in and I send them to the laser and I start rifling them through. So now by doing that, well, hold on, I gotta watch how I say it because you can't send them all to the Thunder. You have to do it one at a time. But the epilogue, I can send them all, and then as I run one, it deletes it. That's one thing I wish Thunder did. That'd be really cool. But anyways, when I run it to the epilogue and I do that, I can just keep going and it'll delete as they go. So I can put all 100 glasses in there, and it keeps going. And then I just look at the name, look at the order, grab them and go, grab them and go, and leave the order stack up. Now, that's called what I call batch orders, doing batch orders. And it is the most efficient way to do it for me because now I have them all done. Yes, some people waited 5 days. Some people waited 5 hours. So that part stinks, but it makes it more efficient for me. And then also all the orders that you got within the last like 48 hours, generally if you're sending them out right away, you're going to get a really good review because you did such a turnaround for them. And they're happy as can be. So that works for us, like really efficient. And when we can, we like to stick up and going, like try to stay within a couple of days of doing turnarounds. So this way you get such good reviews. And we push really hard to get that because this time of year we're so busy and the good reviews will just keep coming in if you can push them out really fast. So by doing batch orders, you can push stuff out so fast and it makes it so worth it. Now let's talk about the exhaust system. A lot of people probably are like, it's good enough what I got. Well, I can tell you what. This thing here, I am cleaning the laser lenses way less than I used to. By having a good exhaust system is key. I have been doing research and I may have found another fan that's similar like that but has more it has more suction, so I think I might try that one once I replace it to see how it goes, and I'll let you guys know. But so far, like I don't even need to do that. When I'm running all these lasers and I have all 3 hatches open, you can't tell it's stuck in the same from over there as it is down here, and it has helped a ton. There's a lot less cleaning, like I said, on the lenses. So if your lens is getting dirty quite a bit, then probably should look into getting a different fan. And when I was downstairs, I used to have the fan that came with Thunder, and I had that. So you can do that. That'll still work. It'll still be beneficial. Now, another thing is try to stay efficient, like as much as you can. Make the little tweaks. Believe it or not, this little thing here is what I made, and that holds, this goes into the shelf, and it'll hold this up. I mean, just that simple stuff, so I don't have a desk that's just clustered with paperwork, because it's nice and clean, stays organized, and by doing it that way, I know all my stuff's up here no matter what. Sarah's not in my way trying to grab stuff as I'm putting stuff in. I found every time I have it all on the desk, it becomes a cluster, and it makes it so much more difficult and overwhelming. This is like nothing. No big deal. This is another thing. I made a paper towel holder, and yeah, it's the little stuff that matters. Now this one, you can tell, you have to pull on it. It doesn't just go with this if it's windy, because I thought about it for in the summer. So it's little stuff like that, like just stop and do it. It makes such a big difference. And I was having fun that day, because I also did something. Garage door opener. I did that. And then each eye is a button. I tried finding green ones, but I couldn't find them. I thought it'd be cool with green eyes, but I found these. I got them, and it's, again, makes my life easier. They were just dangling here, and I didn't want to screw them into the sheetrock, so I made this, and gotta have fun. If you take away anything from this video, I would say try to stay organized. It'll benefit you in the long run no matter what. Moving into this area, I wasn't 100% done, but I didn't know how I wanted to do some little things, and now I'm doing those little things as I can. Oh, it's so worth it. It's having everything where you know everything goes. It just makes it so much easier and so much more efficient. Stay organized, and all the people, stop worrying about the niche thing. It's so dumb. Don't worry about it. Do what I always say. Now, this is probably at the end of the video. A bunch of people probably left. So you handful of people that are still watching, take this and run with it, and you will do just as good as me. You're going to build a foundation, just like a house. You don't want to build from the roof down. You want to go from the bottom up. Start with the foundation. Do all your life events. Pick one thing from every life event. Birthdays, everything, weddings. One thing. That's going to be your foundation. And then branch off from there. Make it go, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep building. Don't stop. It's so worth it. Don't do one thing. Do multiple things. You can handle it. You got this. I can do it. If I can do it, I know you can do it. So just do it. Quit telling yourself you can't do it. Stop being lazy. Get up and go do it. Shut the dang camera off. Or no, that's me. I have the camera. Shut your darn phone off or the TV off. Get your butt up and go get something done. Glad you got to see me again. Bye.